Hello everyone and welcome to another SpyParty Masters Championship competitive cast. I am your host, Corvus Mallory, and I'm joined by my co-caster, Gabriel.
Hi there, always a pleasure to be here with awesome games.
We have got one of those today for sure. It is Rob versus Legorve Genine, a replay of the Winter Cup finals from this year actually, and two players who I think can both lay claim to at one point having been the best SpyParty player in the world. I mean, these two players have been final bosses of this game at various points in history. Rob probably a little bit more recently than Legorve, but both of these players' skill is just through the roof.
I mean, every single player's skill here is through the roof. Legorve, Rov, we can talk about any of these players here and they'll be really, really good.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And both menaces on the sniper side. I think probably most folks would give Legorve a slightly more creative spy than Rov, but Rov's spy has been showing up in this tournament. So I think a lot of those criticisms, such that people have been bold enough to make them, are going to have to be laid to rest. Now, we're going to go through everything here, the players, the draft, the stakes, but let's start with the players, and let's start with Rov. Rov, the second seed in SMC, the Winter Cup champion this year, 5th place in mix and match. I believe Rov has gone undefeated in 49 of his last 51 competitive SpyParty matches, which is, I mean, it's a consistency the likes of which perhaps have never been seen before. Rov is a super consistent player, a suffocating sniper. In SMC so far, a 7-9 loss to Nebula and a 12-4 crushing win over Lev that we saw yesterday. Now, before we get too much more into Rov, let's take a look at this video from one of his recent matches.
As Salmon was talking as well, trying to cast more suspicion onto Salmon. Like, the narrative that Nebula is weaving right now is that Salmon is trying to frame us.
But the problem with that narrative is that that's not a reason to actually shoot someone. Like, you don't have to shoot Salmon for framing.
No, you have to hope that Salmon does something else to finish here.
Coming down on 50 seconds, and we're just standing in this conversation with, by the way, 3 missions done. So there are lots of ways for us to finish this game.
Yeah, of course, this is Aquarium, so all sorts of shenanigans on the table here. We're just going to walk away. We're going to take a bug path.
There's the bug.
There's a bug behind the shark. Can Rob find the shot?
Oh,
the McHammer shoots. I don't think he likes it, but he does. Rob finds the correct shot, despite.
So I think it's so interesting about this match that you heard on stream is that Rob is going to be willing to take these intuition shots if he absolutely has to. It's not what he wants to do. He wants to just be able to camp it out and see what's going on. But if it's absolutely necessary, Rob's going to take those shots. He may not like it. It may not make him happy. But this was a position where he was down 2-4 in this incredibly consequential match versus Nebula. A fantastic match, by the way. And, even in that position with that much pressure, able to find that shot. So what I'm hoping we see from Rov here is not just the traditional suffocating, camp it out sniper, because I think Legorve's spy is perhaps inventive enough to make that not 100% viable all the time, but also a Rov who shows up willing to play a little bit loose, try to come to this match feeling like he's the better player, and try to just bring back the success he had in Winter Cup finals, where he did defeat Legorve, I believe, 14-8, and try to bring it here and make it out of groups. Now that's Rov. Now we're not going to make it easy for him because the player that he's going up against is none other than Legorve Genine, 6th seed in SMC with that 2nd place finish in Winter Cup. Again, the finals match versus Rov, and so far in SMC, a 7-9 result versus Nebula. So exactly the same result against Nebula as Rov, which suggests that this is going to be a very close match. Now, before we talk too much about Legorve, let's get into this highlight from one of his recent matches. Legorve still playing this very slow, 2 minutes on the clock. We are up to just one more flirt required as our selection target did join our conversation. We do a little redirect there off of nothing, and then we're going to go put this book back. Minute 45 on the clock as we head in. Still plenty of time here, but, this is not mission progress.
No, although I wonder if that little redirect was specifically a response to maybe feeling that highlight and trying to lose a little heat. These are the kind of things that will be noticed. Flirt pairing will be noticed on high rise, and so will little redirects by players like Nebula, for example. So potentially significant there. Only about 80 seconds left on the clock. Seduce isn't quite done, although our seduction target joins right next to us right afterwards. It did not have to be right next to us, but we'll take it, I guess. We're the first one there, not the second, and that helps a lot. Seduction is done. We're being offered a drink. And a bug as the ambassador walks right up to us, and that's going to get us to mission win countdown here. We're going to take a drink innocently, and you could feel Nebula considering this shot, and I don't think they're going to take it, and Legorve is going to go up 1-0 on high rise.
Again, this clip was the very first game of SpyParty Masters Championship from Legorve Genine. It was 0-0 versus Nebula. And what does Legorve do on high rise? Does Legorve just try to soft tell it out? Does Legorve play a very passive game? No, that's not what he does. He just bugs right in the sniper's face on the front-facing conversation of high rise, knowing he's going to get away with it. The bug is super clean. The laser motion gives no chance. And that's what I hope we see from Legorve today. I mean, Legorve, a huge daily monster, a very eclectic sniper, bringing together so many different techniques. On the sniper side, so much ink has been spilled and air has been used on Legorve's sniper, but his spy is just so ferocious. You know, we've seen this from players like Opie Wrights, where we just say, look, the spy is going to complete missions, and the spy is going to try to get things past you, and the spy is, we say that we use the word disrespect, not as a sign of contempt, but as a sign of boldness. Legorve spy is going to be bold. It's so hard to play a bold spy against Rav. Rav has such this perception of locking down spies and leaving them just shaking in their boots, unable to do anything. But I don't think Legorve is going to be the kind of player that succumbs to that. I think Legorve is going to come out of here swinging, and he absolutely has to, because Legorve needs a win. Pretty much Legorve needs a win. Now, here is a short little matrix detailing what we have left in this group. 2 games from Legorve. Legorve versus Rav and Legorve versus Lev. And you see all that green on the left side of your screen? That's Rav taking this match. So if Rav takes a win or even a draw, a win, Rav advances for sure. A draw, very difficult for Legorve. But you see over here on the right-hand side, if Legorve takes a win off this match, suddenly he is by far the favorite to make it into the SMC bracket. So we still have one more match in this group, but given the success that Rav had against Lev yesterday, it's really going to come down, in all likelihood, to this match with some chance of going into tie breaks in some specific scenarios. But Legorve is definitely the one who's playing for a win. Rav, with a loss, still has a chance to make it into groups, but you can see there's not much green there on the right-hand side. So this group could very well come down to the next 16 games that we see on this stream. All right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at these players' draft. We do have the bans into Aquarium and Balcony, the restricts onto Gallery and High Rise, doubled Ballroom, doubled Modern, singled Pub, singled Gallery, singled High Rise, and singled Redwoods. And Gabriel, I mean, looking at this draft, what stands out to you?
Well, you did mention it was surprising to see a lot of Modern. And I do agree, actually. I mean, I'm not surprised by the Ballroom pick here. It's been, I think, in almost every single SMC match, if not all. But Modern has seen quite a few matches with it, and here it's been doubled by Rav. The bans aren't that surprising. We have a ban on Balcony and Aquarium. The restricts are kind of standard for the players, but both of them are also going to lean into the metagames by going to single their opponent's restricts.
The thing that stands out to me most in this draft, I think, is the doubled Modern from Rav. Modern has kind of taken on the role in SMC of like Library and Veranda Light. It's not a 5 of 8 anymore, obviously, but it has seen very low spy win rates in SMC, down probably into the low 30s at this rate, if not lower. And historically, we have really seen players struggle to come with a win in the match if they don't 3-1 their double. okay, you get two 2-2 splits in the first half, then the game is wide open. But other than that, I mean, you really want to find a 3-1 because your opponent is quite likely to find a 3-1 on theirs. And Modern is not going to be a venue where that's easy to do. Now, Rov's coming in with a double. I'm certain Rov has some plans for Modern, has looked at some tape, has some ideas. But that's the thing that's scariest for me, is what's going to happen on Modern. Is Rov really prepared to try to go for a 3-1 on that venue? And then the rest of these, I think, fairly straightforward. We've seen a ton of Redwoods play in SMC. Rov, of course, had an absolute banger of a play on Redwoods in his match against Nebula. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out. Legorve, known not to be a big gallery fan. We have seen quite a bit of pub in SMC, much more than I expected, actually. High Rise, a great venue. Ballroom has been very popular. So I think that means, Gabriel, that there's only one thing left for us to do before we turn to the match. And it's time for our predictions. So, as is traditional, apparently I'm on the left. I will go first. And, I mean, can I just predict this is going to be a great match? I mean,
we'll leave it out there.
Both so good. I think in terms of my predictions, I'm going to have to go with a Rov prediction just based on his recent success. I think if this match was played a year ago, Legorve comes in probably as the favorite. But at this point, I think Rov has a slight edge. Now, I think it's very slight. Both of these players took Nebula to a 7-9 result. I just think Rov is a little bit more in form, a little bit more comfortable coming into this match. Rov does have the recent competitive win over Legorve, so I think I'm going to give it to Rov with a 9-7 scoreline.
So I think those are two players which are very, very equal. I'm not sure really who's going to come on. Now, obviously, I do think that Rov might have the slight edge. I mean, they're just really close competitively, but I do agree with Corvus here. It has to be, for me, a 9-7 for Rov.
All right, well, that is just about everything we have for our pre-stream, and we do have the players in-game ready to go in this live cast. So I guess it's time to turn it over to the main game and see what these players have to bring. And it's going to be starting off on Ballroom with Legorve Genine playing on the Spy side, playing as Teal. Just give me 1 second here.
I've been predicting ties a lot, so here it's not a tie for once.
All right, you love to see it. Well, then let's go ahead and get into the game. Legorve on the Spy side, playing as Teal in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I wonder if we've ever seen one game where they don't take control. At this point, at this level of play, you don't have to, but it's interesting that all of them take control all the time. We're going for a green swap and then going right to the middle statue. I love it. That's typical Legorve.
Okay, well, we talked about Legorve having some aggression coming out of this. That's clearly what's happening. And now here comes the statue pickup. It's not really clear that's being watched that carefully. The statue has been swapped. I'm not sure if Rov saw it. A little bit of zoom in, but I don't think we've checked 6 statue. Now it's visible. The highlight comes onto wheels, and Rov has not taken any lowlights yet. Meanwhile, we're all the way over at right windows. Legorve has 2 missions done, with over 2.5 minutes left on Ballroom, and not a single lowlight taken by Rov.
Are we starting with such a strong start here with Legorve? This is a green flirt as well. We're just missing another flirt and a contact, and we're done. This is a small rush at the same time as well.
I mean, this is just... We can just play this game out, I think, at this point, and... Will Rov even dare take a shot at this point? You know, we saw the same exact aggression from Legorve in the highlight clip. Game 1 versus Nebula just coming out with a bug in the face. Now, Game 1 with an instant green swap from Legorve. This is the kind of... If we see this play for the rest of this match, then this, I think, has a really decent chance of being one of the best SpyParty competitive matches that I've ever seen. 2 minutes on the clock. We have 1 green flirt in the books who'll be offered a drink, and honestly, we could just take it, because if we just flirt and contact this game out, there's no need for us to use our hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fetching for a second flirt here. We can only hope it's green, and then we're just missing a contact with Double Agent, who is already in our conversation.
It's not going to be green. Legorve having to deal with another 3 flirt. You hate to see it. But we are with the Double Agent. Pretty good conversations. The question is, were we going to try to get Sick in? I think we are. Look at how much the camera's following him. We know that Sick was the one that swapped our statue. We do not want to knock him out with a contact. And so we are going to wait, maybe pick up the rest of this flirt. But we're going to take the clock down pretty low, depending on what Sick does here.
We can timer flirt this, obviously. We do need to take the contact, though, so even if Seek does not join the conversation, we still need to take the flirt and the contact.
Well, there's the flirt cooldown. Here's the immediate flirt. Not going to give Irish any chance to get away. Sick is going all the way to bookcase. Legorve, how is this happening to you?
This is getting slightly dangerous here, because the Double Agent could leave at any point, and we need a completely different mission to complete this. Now we're down to 25 seconds. I'm scared that if we don't take the contact now,
Sick goes to
Double
painting.
Agent
We
might
just have to take
leave.
the contact. We don't have a choice. Sick's
Yeah.
not going to join the conversation now. It's impossible. Here it comes.
There we go.
It's a white contact.
In the
There
end of
will
round.
be just a sliver of overtime, but not enough really for Rob to take a shot. It kind of looks like a desperation overtime. We'll request a drink. Not sure why not. But Legorve gets out of ballroom on his pick, starting off with a spy win.
Did we miss the... I mean, we couldn't have missed a swap, but then I guess we were really just thinking about who it could have been. We just completely missed that Teal went to the other statue.
Yeah, the statue was definitely visible on screen. It was almost certainly memorized. And maybe we just don't see Teal there, but a fantastic game from Legorve makes it happen, comes out swinging with a spy win against Rav. I believe Rav during SMC 22 season had a sniper win rate above 80%. Well, in this match, it's starting off at 0 in the face of that spy play. But Gallery is a place where you can get those spy wins through. It's a very balanced venue, even at this level, given the adjustments we've made. And Rav will try to do it playing as Salmon. Legorve now on the sniper side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Just landed a nice conversation and get it actually a flirt from our ST who joins us. It's a relatively far away green, but we're still happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're taking that flirt anyways, it's so free, it's unsuspicious. Legorve definitely known to flirt pair when the situation calls for it. And Rob doing the little happy wiggles here, just getting some of those nerves out from that first game. Hey, you love to see it.
It's nice to see players move their camera sometimes when they're happy. Or not, actually. It helps us as casters.
Absolutely. You get some of those fake safety off flashes just to mess with us.
That's the price we have to pay.
All right, well, we pick up a second flirt. Now we're up to 61% on another green. Both of these players have been showing a lot of willingness to timer flirt. Now, obviously, it's early in the match. For Legorve, of course, it made a ton of sense. Rob, though, Rob is waiting. Rob is lying in wait, looking for an opportunity to make something happen. We've decided the time has come. We leave this conversation, and we go into statues. Interesting. Side statues now, with 2:20 left in the game.
I mean, I guess there aren't a lot of opportunities so far, so side statues might be a good idea, just to have options. We're not highlit, so that's a good part. We're going back with our ST and hopefully finish that flirt.
No, is he? Are they
With a
gonna
green.
leave? They leave! No flirt for Rob.
You almost always want to talk if you see your ST leaving, so you just want to flirt immediately just to get it. But we get it right after, so it doesn't really matter.
Rob's green rate, one of the highest in SMC, second only to Opie Rights, all the way up at 61% for the SMC season. Legorve's a little bit lower, in kind of the lower 50s, but still very respectable. So we have flirt done, 2 inspects, and about 80 seconds left on the clock. Rav, I would not be surprised, is looking for a good bug opportunity. Rav has been using bug heavily in SMC, but Ambassador is very safe right now. Going to start coming across the venue? No, going to go all the way back to bookshelves.
Yeah, and we're down to 60 seconds, and I'm not quite sure what we want to do now, because we still have to contact, find a 4th mission, and potentially complete inspects.
Yeah, this has to be the purloin. There's the request. Here's the purloin. It's white! It's a white test from Rav! The tray is hidden! The instant highlight onto Salmon, Legorve looking for the tray, sees it missing. Okay, so now who do we know is in chain? Because it's not just us. And the fade was completely hidden behind us.
I wish we could have gone to statues immediately. Maybe that's too suspicious to a point, but now we still need to finish. We did get a bug. I completely missed that. Somehow.
Completely missed that, yeah. 17 seconds. We're not on the pad! Did we miss the pad? Or is that just a replay bug? Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. There's gonna be a lot of overtime.
Off by a few pixels.
Lot of overtime. Are we even going to get it? We do. Quick put down from Rav. Overtime coming. We're dancing. No, Legorve finds the shot. And Legorve goes up 2-0 to start off this match.
Legorve definitely happy with that, and Rav much less so. Where was that bug, though? I mean, when we took the purloin, when we managed to find that bug somehow.
The Ambassador's the complete other end of the venue. Like, how is this bug happening? Oh, wow. Just while we're taking our lowlights? We do some kind of wrong arm walk away. Yeah, beautiful. And look, this Legorve is so distracted by the purloin. I mean, this is the kind of thing that Rav is absolutely going to do to you. Not surprised by this at all, but it's very, very nice. Got past both of us. Doesn't even matter. Legorve was able to take the kind of shot that we talked about Rav taking in the pre-stream. And now Legorve, very decent chance of 3-1ing his venue as we go into Ballroom playing as Disney. Rav on the sniper now. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We were just as distracted as Legorve, but Legorve wasn't distracted enough to not find the shot after. We managed to get a nice flirt here.
Yep, very good. You love to see that. It's a white test, but it's sort of one of those free white test flirts that kind of just transforms your next 2 flirts into greens, if you get my meaning. And we've taken this book away. Legorve! Legorve is here to play.
I mean, we could put it back innocently later, but this is always a nice opportunity to have the possibility. That's one sentence. Green, seduce here. 85%. Just need any kind of white, and we finish with that. We do have the double agent here as well if we need to, although I don't think we need to right now. It's not an amazing contact, but it's getting better by the second.
Tell me honestly,
unless the double agent leaves.
Tell me honestly, with the way that Legorve has played so far in this match, that this book is going back into green.
I mean, I've had only one. I mean, the sample size here is one game, right? So it's difficult to say something based on only the set here.
Oh, but I hope so. I want to see this play from Legorve. 2 minutes 13 on the clock. We're at 85% flirt, and we're going to timer flirt it out. There's the cooldown. There's the finish. Double agents in the conversation next to us. We could go just try to take this contact. The problem is we have a book in hand, so we can't inspect, we can't purloin. We will take a fake contact. Interesting. Okay, very confident that it's not real for our conversation. In fact, it's very real for very few people. Not going to earn any kind of lowlights off of that. Just going to eliminate a couple members of the party. So unclear how much. But the double agent joins our conversation. Oh, we could just pull this again if some more characters get into conversation.
Always dangerous to contact twice. Because then the snipers, players are unlikely to contact for the second time after, because it always lets off some lowlights, and usually means it's either a safe shot. You want someone else to get shot, so it's not great to contact twice. So I don't know if we're gonna do it. The problem is we have 75 seconds left. We still have a book in hand, so we can't do much else. Here's the contact. It's
in the end of red.
Okay.
Knocks
but
out
obviously
3.
This is the second contact.
Yeah, knocking out 3 on that second contact does really make it seem like that's the real one. We break animation, leaving that conversation. Does go back into green, but there's a bug as we go back in. Rov sees it. Rov takes the shot, and Rov, for the first time, gets onto the board here on that bug that is just not quite good enough.
Yeah, Rov doesn't want to go down 3-0 here for sure.
Yeah, we just get...
But a relatively... Yeah.
We cram in really close here next to the Ambassador, but the arm is visible sticking through, and Rov shoots that one, I mean, every single day and twice a day on Sundays.
It's his dessert.
All right, well, that means that Legorve now back on the sniper side of Ballroom playing as Irish, and Rov on the sniper side is Irish, Legorve on the sniper... Rov on the spy side is Irish, Legorve on the sniper. Legorve looking to 3-1 this venue. And let's just get into the game, please. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We're doing some nice 360 circles. It's not the ballroom tournament, but it's the right venue for it. We do get a nice 49%. We'll need to get slightly closer for a second flirt. But we can get a green flirt here. I don't suspect we're going to do anything with this yet. There's that innocent drink take, and we leave.
Indeed we do. We saw Rov with quite a bit of slow openings versus Lev yesterday. We'll see if the pattern continues as we finish off this drink in conversation. We will be joined by Salmon, and we will leave. I'm not sure we're allowed to leave there, but Legorve doesn't seem to pay any notice. Instead, we're going to bounce our way back to this window pad. But a slow start from Rov with 2.5 minutes on the clock.
I'd say it's kind of a weird bounce back, but honestly, maybe the spy perspective was not the most flattering for that. We haven't done much in the last 45 seconds. We're jumping from window to empty conversations, so not amazing, but we have 2 minutes to go, so it's still very possible to find a mission win countdown.
Yeah, and Legorve playing this very calmly. The party is packed over to the right-hand side. There's really just nothing going on the left except for Wheels getting that briefcase. But Toby now comes over to the left. We'll draw a bit of attention towards Rov's direction. Rov really very much behind this pillar, not being particularly looked at. But there's nothing that we've done. So if Rov is trying to commit to some kind of frame game here with just one flirt in the books, yeah, Rov decides it's time to move. We're going to pick up their second flirt.
There's our green. Trusty green. That's flirt completed. We have one mission to go every 30 seconds now.
Oh, and the sieve shot!
Someone could get shot.
Oh no, Legorve. A very rare civ shot in SMC. And Wheels, I mean, was active. Did go for that briefcase. Let's see.
Yeah, center statues. Doesn't help.
Coming next to the Ambassador. Ambassador comes
Could
to
we have
us
finished all fingerprints?
I don't believe so.
No.
But Legorve decides that's enough like a spy. Takes a civ shot, a little bit unlucky there. And Rov gets bailed out with a 2-2 split on Legorve's pick of Ballroom as we head into Modern.
That's surprising because we complete inspect and then potentially bug and then flirt, but that's still 3 missions. We're missing 1 mission and I'm not sure where it could have come from.
Yeah, and Legorve may be kicking himself for that. Legorve known to try to take statement shots from time to time. When it works out, it can be very effective. When it doesn't, it's a civ shot, and it means that you have to now plan your opponent's venue. That venue is Modern. Legorve is the spy. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Another
Going
quick
straight to
statue visit.
statues?
Another swap? Are you serious? Not this time. Surely not this time. Surely not.
I don't love it. I mean, playing twice the same strategy, it's not like Rov hasn't checked the replays either. We have Boots going for that. We're here at the bookcase. I'm wondering if we're trying to transfer the book and get some nice cheese here. But this is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
To say
There's
the
the
least.
highlight onto Boots. A little bit of a sniper pause here, and I'm wondering if this is Rav realizing that statue has changed. But again, no real obvious visible reaction. And we're going to green time at as well? Legorve is playing this, I mean, very aggressive, very risky.
I mean, we're capitalizing on the fact that Rov is probably kicking himself for not seeing that, right? Like, if he did, we'd be dead. So he's not. The sniper just paused, so I might as well take that green time ad and go for it. Here's a delegate, and here's our briefcase that we're not going to get, actually.
No, but I think we do have a print on this drink. So that's one print in the books. We join our seduction target. I mean, okay, Legorve has a swap again.
We could go for a silent game quite easily, especially with the time we have. And we're not highlight, so definitely possible.
We do hit the green flirt, 35% cross conversation. Legorve's going to need better than that to finish off this flirt, so we will leave that conversation. We have the time ad in pocket. Finding these spy wins on Modern is so difficult in SMC. Now we see a couple of lowlights coming off from Rav. Not much, though. I feel like Legorve is ahead in this game, and that's not something I would expect to say with Rav Sniper on Modern on Rav's pick.
Purloin expired just 1 second before Boots took the list here. We would have loved for her to take the list as well. But we could delegate for her now, if we're lucky enough.
Ambassador coming our way. We don't want any part of it. We run away from him. We'll head into statues, and this will be inspects complete.
Yeah, swap inspects. Finish here. We are getting highlight for it though, so we're finishing. Interesting actually, because that means we were probably seen at the first set of statues, or we weren't sure where we were seen, but we're highlight, that's for sure.
I feel like in terms of the kind of game that I would expect to see, like, we're playing this game in reverse, almost. We will end up across conversation from our seduction target again. Bad luck for Legorve. But we may as well take this flirt. Here it is. It's white, so 52% on this seduction.
We tried to chase our SD into the conversation here. It didn't look amazing, but it didn't give us anything either, so that was unfortunate.
Coming up on 80 seconds, we saw Legorve. Yeah, here's a fake contact. It's going to knock out a lot of people, actually.
Banana bread.
I feel like we could have finished this.
And the shot onto Boots!
Or not.
Another Civ shot. And Legorve with a spy win on Rav's double of Modern on the back of that early swap.
Impressive. For Legorve, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
just getting that spy win.
I don't know if this is just playing super loose or if Legorve has come in with a plan to do all these things, but I am here for it. Hey, if you're watching in chat, go call all your friends. Tell them Legorve is up 3-2 on the spy side of Modern against Rav, and tell them to join the stream because this is shaping up to be a real match. Rav on the spy side of Modern, playing as General, looking just to even things up on the spy side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, we definitely need that spy win now. We'd love for another Civ shot that we don't provoke, but that's probably not going to happen.
Rav very temporarily low lit, but it's corrected quickly by Legorve. We do pick up the flirt at bar, and it's green, but it's 48%, so not quite close enough. Rav, though, giving a lot of nods and wiggles for us that we can enjoy here as we watch him wait in line. Not exactly the most riveting activity, but we do take the delegate. 3 minutes 40 now on the clock. We've invested 30 seconds into this, and we have a delegate and a far green to show for. Double agent in conversation, seduction target in far conversation, and we are headed outside.
I'm pretty sure we saw the sniper highlight all of us, which it might explain the wiggles. I did not see 48% though, so that's unfortunate. We don't even manage to get the flirt here, which would have been very nice, because it would have broken our 48%, but Here we are. Probably not gonna delegate with only 48% flirt.
3 minutes now on the clock. Finish off our drink, but Rob is playing one of those slow games that we've talked about before. And we'll finally leave this conversation. Modern, you do have some time as we head in for our second flirt.
Yeah, we're far away from our ST here because even a close flirt unfortunately would not finish it, so we might as well not raise too many suspicions. We do leave relatively fast. Go for a bookcase.
We'll take this red book. We have not really seen any of these spies attempt anything related to books yet. We saw that innocent putback, but here's the animation microfilm from Rav. It's a green test, and I don't think Legorve saw it. We were busy being distracted by statues, and now we get the bar neutral light as our timer has expired. But Rav has a microfilm in pocket and 2 minutes left to play with. That is plenty of time to finish off that mission.
We're doing a nice circle around the conversation here. Why not? We can finish flirt now, and I think that's double agent in our conversation as well. Or DSD could leave, and we'll have to chase her again.
Minute and a half is coming up on the clock, and Rob is standing in conversation with the double agent. The conversations are decently full for Modern, and Rob might be well advised to take this contact.
Banana bread.
There it is. Few lowlights. Quite a
Legorve,
few lowlights actually.
traditionally very effective and efficient with banana bread lowlights. We saw it there. And Rob doesn't try anything while they're happening, so we're just going to head back to bar. I wonder if we're just going to direct take.
Well, we'll see right now. That is a delegate. So we do have 1 minute to finish this. We'll need to delegate, a transfer, and a seduce in 45 seconds. Not impossible, but hard to go unnoticed.
Yeah, pretty decent. The problem is we're sidled up next to the SDA, and that could work for or against us if we fire the delegate. 33 seconds. We still need to do that second animation. Rob's going to leave this very late. There's the delegate to Queen. And the highlight onto Queen is the SDA. Oh, I think Legorve is all over this. I think Legorve knows.
20 seconds left for that delegate. We are here at Green Bookcase. We need to fire off that transfer in 10 seconds. So I think this is being watched.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I think Legorve all over the delegates and then just waiting for confirmation, the drink gulp. I mean, Legorve in commanding fashion, and it feels like Legorve has been in control of this set, to be honest.
Well, yeah, 4-2. Are we going to be proven wrong on our predictions here? Should have gone with the tie, honestly.
All right, well, the halftime is not over yet by any means. We still have 2 games to play on Rov's double, and we should not count that out by any means. We saw Legorve pick up the first 2 games on Ballroom, only for Rov to answer back with 2 more games. So we could absolutely be going into halftime with a draw, and Rov would like nothing better, I'm sure. Legorve on the spy side playing as Kane, and Rov on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, that was 1.6 seconds as spy control.
And another
And then we managed
cheese
to get a
flirt.
very
Okay.
fast flirt. Sure. Here we are in our empty conversation. Oh. No? Yes? Maybe? Yes. RST joins back in. 80% in less than 30 seconds. Amazing.
Legorve, I am such a huge fan of what we're doing here. We've decided that we're going to punish Rov during Time of Chaos. We're going to take these swaps, we're going to take these cheese flirts, and we're going to tell Rov, hey, you have to adapt to this. And if you don't, I'm going to keep punishing with you with it all game. I'm not going to stop. It's not going to be a one and done kind of thing where I pick up one spy game and you're like, oh, okay, well played. No, I'm going to keep pressuring you with these things as we do leave this conversation. We're going to finish flirt with more than 3 minutes left on the clock.
Oh, that was an interesting redirect, and then we missed the pad, and then we tried to go back on the pad, but it didn't work, so we had to do it again. But I don't think it was seen, so we're okay. There's our flirt. We finished flirt. We do have the double agent in our conversation as well if you want to take it. Not the best of times, but it's there if we want it.
2 minutes 44 on the clock. We're in with the double agent, as you said. I don't think Legorve wants this contact, though. I think we're going to leave. We're going to leave. Yep, there we go. We leave it for later. Now, Legorve has been pushing very hard on statues on Rav. I don't think we're going to see a mid-game swap from Legorve, as we do pick up Rav's statue highlight. But getting a pair of inspects here with 2.5 minutes left gives us a lot of options.
Now, this is a play that both players have done, just getting inspects like around the middle of the game, which is exactly what we're doing. And it opens up possibilities for sure, but it also highlights us. So we are now in the top half of the suspect list, and we're going statue to statue actually to finish inspects immediately.
I think it's so interesting because when I think about, and we pick up we do not pick up a difficult fingerprint here, unfortunate for us. When I think about the moments that define SpyParty games, I think for some players and some matchups, it's the bug. You play like a very standard Softail game, and then you pick up one fantastic bug. I feel like that has not been the story of this match. This match has not been about bug at all. We did see the bug from Rav on Ballroom, but I feel like that was a little bit almost incidental to what really defined that game. But really, we've seen just aggression being the definition of this game. Not the one moment, but the punishing, hit you again and again and again and again. And we've seen it from Legorve. We've seen it from Rav as well on Ballroom. Didn't work out so much on Modern as we tried that delegate into transfer. But these games feel like they're playing very differently than the games in the upper group do. Actually, it feels like these two groups have very different personalities as we go into Blue Books.
We did go statue to statue to statue as well, which I'm not sure was noted, but it happened.
Yeah, and the book going back 40 seconds now. I'm a little bit worried about the timing from Legorve, as we don't have a lot of options to finish. We can be direct purloined too. That's certainly an option. Take the real contact. That's 3.
Banana bread.
That was safety off, right? Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for the shot and it didn't come, so that was a safety off. But we're missing a 4th mission, and there's not much we can do in 5 seconds. Trying to for a swap? No, we're going for a time ad.
No time.
It will fire off. But, wow, that was close. Clock is hanging, but, I mean, it's quite obvious we're the only one at windows here. We're just, like, nothing's gonna happen. We can green time ad again, like, sure, but we're seen, and we could try and dance, but it's not like we're small men. Yeah, there's the shot.
Yeah, Rob just takes the shot. Rob's like, okay, I know it's you. Yeah, funny ending there from Legorve, but once the bar clears, there's nothing else that could be happening. And Rob decides he doesn't need to wait here and potentially miss a shot later or something like that. Just takes the shot, very respectable. And okay, that's Rob 1 point away from drawing at halftime.
Yeah, here's the hard part though. We're playing as the spy. Although we did have 3 spy games won out of 7, so that's almost half.
It's been sweep, sweep, sweep. I mean, Legorve won the first 2, Rav won the next 2, Legorve won the next 2. If Rav pulls this off, it's going to be 4 sniper wins and 4 spy wins. So, SpyParty is balanced. You heard it here first. Rav on the spy side, playing as Teal. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I've already heard that, playing as Teal here. But here we are again. We're doing some okay. Hugging the window here. Going for a flirt.
Yep, we'll be a little bit respectful on it. Again, Legorve known to watch those flirts. It's a green test from Rav. Again, Rav known to hit those green flirts. So a pretty standard start at this point, I would say, from Rov. General was at statues, but not a lot of action so far aside from the usual modern bar rush.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, Rov doesn't actually usually do action as we've seen in the last 3 spy games. So we're just getting our flirts and bidding our time.
Yeah, I will say the only spy game that Rov won was a civ shot from Legorve onto someone that we didn't really give a lot of help to. Like Rov didn't really do anything to make that happen in that game. Now, I don't want to say that Rov didn't deserve the win, but Rov didn't actively help that civ shot happen. So in terms of this spy game, if Rov wants to pick it up on Modern, we can't necessarily just count on the same thing of Legorve deciding to shoot a civ who could not be done with missions yet.
No, for sure, but we can try and help it, actually, nudge it a bit, and since we know Legorve might do it, we can try and help our chances a little bit of a civ shot here. We are going for what is likely a delegate, and we have plenty of time on the clock to do whatever we want as well.
Very crowded right-hand side of the venue, very open left-hand side of the venue, and Rov is, again, if you've heard this before, playing it kind of slow.
I mean, for now we still have the time, so I'm okay with it, observing the party, seeing what opportunities we have. Later might be more dangerous. We're trying to join our double agent here, though. And we might get a delegate, here it goes. And we could get a contact, a few more people
Banana
leave,
bread.
unfortunately, and it is white, but it's not a horrible contact.
Oh, the highlight onto teal. Did we see that book slam from Kane? If we saw that book slam from Kane for the delegate, I'm just going to lose my mind if that's how Legorve finds this shot. Here's the purloin. It's watched. It's seen. A little bit of a laser shake from Legorve. And Rov has a green swap pending. We're in mission win pending on the back of that green swap. And Legorve now, all the pressure on him. But the shot comes off before it even happens. Legorve finds it. And Legorve takes the lead at halftime, completely lowlighting the party after that delegate happens.
Legorve just shutting off any possibilities of a 4-4 here. Just impressive to shoot before the swap even happens.
Look at this. There's the delegate. The contact happens. I mean, what kind of a human do you have to be to lowlight the entire party? This is not just like an assume real at this point. I hope. I don't know, but what a game and what a showing from Legorve.
Absolutely dominating.
All right, let's take a look and just take a quick peek at the standings here. We have got 3-5 in favor of Legorve at halftime, and that's on Ballroom and Modern. Now, if I told you, Gabriel, the score was 3-5 at halftime on Ballroom and Modern, which venue would you think was the 1-3?
I'd say Ballroom, right? Like,
yeah.
Not Modern.
I mean, this is wild, and I'm going to take us back to just one moment, which is, I think, just encapsulates how Legorve has been doing this. I mean, this is Modern. This is the first Modern game, and we do not start off like right on top of the statue. We have to walk a bit of a ways to get there. Rov has plenty of time to take a quick look at it. Legorve doesn't care. Legorve did this on Ballroom. Now Legorve does this on Modern. Just an immediate green swap. This is not just improvisation at this point. This is Legorve coming here with a plan to do this specifically. To take those very early purloins, very early swaps, very early flirt cheeses, whatever they are. And now the question is Legorve doing this to try to set up a mind game where Rov now has to start changing the way he plays in time of chaos? Not easy to do. Or is Legorve coming out saying like, no, you know what? I'm not trying to like flip the script on this. I'm just saying this is how I'm going to play and this is how I'm going to just defeat you, right? I mean, either of those could be happening. Rov now is in a very difficult spot because Rov has to decide whether what he wants to do is just continue to allow these things to happen and try to catch the spy in the rest of the game, or whether he wants to try to change the way he handles the first 20 seconds of the game to try to catch the things Legorve is doing and bet that Legorve doesn't take advantage of that elsewhere. It's going to be a huge difficult adjustment for Rav. And I think for Legorve, the big thing is just don't take another civ shot.
I mean, I think what Legorve can hope for the most is a draw here. Because really wants that 8-8 to almost guarantee getting second place here. Because with anything else, if Legorve wins, it's going to be really hard to win on those tiebreakers here.
Yeah, if Legorve takes the win, then, I mean, Rav needs a lot of help from Lev to promote. Of course, if Rav takes the win, Rav guarantees the results. So still all to play for, and we are coming into the back 8 of this set with Legorve playing as Orange Sari on pub. 3 of 7, and Rav on the sniper side. And Gabriel, let's get back into this match in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Excuse me, did not play in it. Let's try that again in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, wow. A full 6 seconds. That was impressive, honestly, of AI control here into an empty conversation. We are the slowest character as well, so that might have been why.
I'm very interested if Legorve is going to try to play a frame game on pub, given how much pressure he's been putting onto Rav. Pub 3 of 7 is absolutely the venue where you could try to make that happen, especially as a single.
I mean, it's your opportunity to come back. Any of these venues, like 3-5, is just one spy win away. If we think the snipers are going to win most games, right? So it's not impossible.
Yeah, not at all impossible. Legorve for now just standing here flirting. Never mind, our selection target leaves shortly before the cooldown expires. So bad luck for Legorve. But hopefully Legorve is keeping a close eye on the party. Knows that Kane has been to statues. That would be really helpful.
Red.
But quick contact and leave? I'm sorry? What?
Did we hope that was not seen? Like, did we really fetch for that low light? What's the point here? Are we really trying to delegate for wheels here?
Oh my goodness, is that what it is?
Siege? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Seek going for the fingerprints as well, quite helping us. There's our direct. We're still getting shot for it.
Nice shot there from Rav. Not fooled by this delegate play. But okay, I mean, it's pub 3 of 7. You try something. But this is aggressive.
It certainly could have worked. It's not quite an impressive strategy. I'm not sure. I think it's quite obvious as well, but at the same time, it's almost a 50-50, so good job from Rob here finding the correct shot.
I don't think Wheels had been to bar.
No, it's Seek, sorry.
Oh, sick. I see. Yes. So it is. 2 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, Rav finds the sniper win on pub and starts to bring this match back.
It's always an opportunity here.
All right, so let's try to get into the next game.
Have we caught up with the players?
Yeah, give me just 1 second here.
No worries.
All right, so
every
Rav
time we can go for it.
playing on the spy side as Plain Twin. Legorve on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Are we? Yes, I think we are. Just going for our flirt here. Standard game from Rov.
Yeah.
I mean, we also need it on pub, especially with so little time, right? So it's not that surprising. It's just nothing surprising for Legorve either.
Two minutes on the clock. Very slow start from Rav, but a little bit of life in the party. You love to see that. Pearls has picked up a highlight. Twin goes for that fingerprint briefcase back there at the bar. So, I mean, if Rav provokes another civ shot from Legorve, that could absolutely swing the momentum of this match and potentially the first time a player was able to catch up from a halftime deficit.
Here we are at Windows. Just not doing much. I don't think we want the time ad, nope. Just wanted our flirt cooldown to expire. Legorve could easily catch this if they've been paying attention.
There's the flirt, 66% from Rav. Not hitting those greens that we so love to see from him. But inside we go.
Luckily, any flirt with will do now, as long as we're close enough, sorry. And yeah, into the bar. I assume we're going to take a delegate, there it goes. We only have 1 minute left though, so we're going to have to find that mission somewhere.
If our sibling picks up another print, that could be a potential issue for us. Instead, we bounce off this briefcase, go finish off flirt. It's a white test, so no we don't. 97% right now on the flirt for Rav with 36 seconds left. Legorve may be in a position where he has to hold.
Yeah, this isn't looking great. 26 seconds. We're gonna go for a BB here, I assume.
Banana
Not
red.
sure why we're waiting so long. Okay, there we go.
Red dress splits
15
out of
seconds.
it. And the shot does come off onto our sibling. Another civ shot from Legorve. And I wonder if that twin had both prints, because I fear that they might have.
Oh my god, I did not expect that. Yeah, that's
I'm not
5-5,
sure that they
right?
do.
Like
5-5. Yes, absolutely, you're right.
wow. There's our tie. Well,
our
6
tie.
games to go still, so anything can happen, but yeah, there's our Civ shot and our spy win and our tie.
And now we're heading into Rav's pick of gallery. This was Legorve's restrict. And so now we have 2 Rav venue picks and 1 from Legorve. And all of a sudden, the match has been blown wide open.
I'm not ready for this. Here we go.
Yeah, I have to 100% agree. And that means, let me just get this open here onto gallery. It will be Legorve on the spy side playing as a rocker, and Rav on the sniper side. We get the game open and ready to play in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Okay, so we're going for a flirt. It's white, but we'll still take it, obviously. We're not doing much, actually, counter to what Legorve likes to do, apparently. But I don't dislike it. I think this is a nice change of pace as well.
It's good to change that up every now and then, make Rav feel just that much more unbalanced. We'll be offered a drink, and Legorve, not typically someone who wants to try to go for these green purloins, is just going to take the drink off the tray and then wander around the venue a bit.
Yeah, we're not doing much for the first minute here. I'm not sure. We do have 3 minutes left on the clock though, so we're fine not doing much for now. Maybe a bit shaken up by the previous games here with that Civ shot.
No bug taken, as we and the ambassador were headed in opposite directions. That bug is one of those impossible things that you're so tempted by, but never actually works out for you. Instead, we'll pick up a second flirt. This one's green cross conversation, 62%. Another close green will get it done, but not a close white. Another stop talk. The tray is bouncing around a bit. Never mind. Our selection target takes it. They were thirsty. Quite a few highlights for statue visitors. And Legorve, I mean, could be trying to set up a Civ shot of his own, but Rav has not shown that much predilection for taking them in SMC.
Yeah, and we're not doing much. I mean, it's been 2 minutes now, and the only thing we've done... And we're... Safety off? What? Rav, no. That's not possible. My God, these players are too good. Like, how do we have safety off in Legorve already? This is so impressive.
Minute 50 on the clock. All we've done is 2 flirts and then wandered around the venue a bunch. We're going to go back into this back conversation. We joined next to our seduction target. It still has to be a green to get it done. And there's the flirt, 96% on a white test as our ST does leave. So that might be good news for us depending. The double agent is in this conversation. We'll get offered a drink and we're going to go for the white purloin. Oh no, the tray fade is not visible at all, but it's seen missing. That should be enough for Rob to take the shot. It's just the highlight actually, but now the low lights start coming off and it's going to be a lot of them. And how is Legorve possibly going to finish this game? We go for the bug. It's seen. Rob waits for the shot to clear. And then Rob has now won 3 games in a row to take an advantage in this set for the first time.
I still am so surprised they managed to get that safety off at the start. Like, it's not even a highlight. It's a safety off. Like, I'm so impressed by these players sometimes.
And now we're barreling towards Legorve's sniper game on Gallery, not a venue he has traditionally been fond of, and that brings Rob up to tie point. If that takes Rob up to 7, he'll have 4 games as a chance to get up to 8, and 8 nearly locks Rob's place into the promotion. Doesn't knock Legorve out quite, but it doesn't make it any easier. And Rob's going to be trying to play it as Disney Legorve on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing.
Okay, here's our slightly different thing. That's red. Oh my God.
We just walk away.
Okay, we moved away. Yeah, fair enough. It's less visible than a red transfer.
And the
Still
transfer
very
walk
visible.
away animation, it's just not something you're typically looking for. So even if you know what it looks like, you may not really realize that it's happened. And oh, but the highlight onto Rob as he goes all the way outside speaks volumes.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate red there. Like, at least a white. I mean, a white would have been also very dangerous, but a red is just the worst possible outcome.
We've seen this transfer attempt from Rob before. We'll see if it gets any better this time as we go pick up a flirt with our selection target. No, we don't! The safety off's onto Salmon! What is happening in this game? Legorve has been showing such good spy skill, but I think every single one of Rob's spy games has been a civ shot, and we could be looking at another one of them.
I mean, you're saying what is happening in this game. I'm saying what is happening in this whole set. Like, this is utter chaos, and at the same time, perfect order. We are putting the book back in the correct book case, though, without having that transfer. Unless we're going to attempt it now, but I don't think so.
That laser flick onto Rav, I don't know if that's a fake neutral light or what, but I feel at this point Legorve has this under control and is just waiting for Rav to give us a reason to shoot.
I mean, 2 minutes left here. Don't have much to do. We don't have any mission progress. We don't even get for the flirt because we can't fit in the conversation. So this is... I mean, I don't see how Rav can win this.
Minute 43 on the clock. We have 0 mission progress. Like, actually 0. We went for that flirt and it was canceled. We did nothing with the book. We do not get this briefcase. And Rob's been wandering around, and I feel like it's still Legorve's top suspect, despite the fact that we have 0 progress. This is our very first piece of mission progress, which is 34% white flirt.
I mean, we're the only pilot here, and 75 seconds to go with, as you said, only 1. There's our time ad, but I feel like it might just be seen.
No one else was at windows, and there's the shot. Legorve finds Rob, not gonna let that one through, and Legorve draws the set back 6-6.
Wow. Okay, 4 games to go, I guess.
We are going the distance here, Gabrielle. We are going all the way. and we are heading into high rise. Remember, if Rav can pull off the win in this match, he promotes to the champions bracket, guaranteeing at least a $100 prize and the top 4 right here, right now. But if Legorve brings it to at least a tie, then all relies on that next match against Lev. And so Legorve on the Spy side, playing as Plane Twin on high rise 3 of 6. We're down to our last 4 games of this match, folks. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I mean, Rav will be very happy with the tie here, guaranteeing almost a second place and a way into the bracket, but a loss here. I mean, you just cannot let any of those sniper games, well, your sniper games through here.
Well, Legorve has kind of had Rav's number on the Spy side. I'm not sure if Legorve has more Spy wins than Sniper wins, but it might be about equal at this point. And the DA will leave. This is again high rise. Transfer and Fingerprint are off. Swap, Inspect, and Purloin are on. Legorve not going for one of those explosive plays that we saw in the first half of the set, taking this very slow 21% flirt. And we do finish our drink. We'll be offered the tray. Legorve white Purloin on the last game does not go for the Purloin now. Instead, it's a red contact. It's a red contact. This is not what we want. It finally comes off. The cough is heard. Is it visible? Yes. Rav finds the shot onto Legorve and goes up to tiebreak point.
That was almost not seen. Had Rav not rotated at that last moment, it would have been behind the... Don't know what you call that. Little wall here.
All right. Well, that means that Legorve has to sweep the last 3 to take a win in this set. Rav on tie point, playing as Alice in 3. Playing in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
No, I was going to say, are we going for a center inspect here and playing very boldly? No, instead we just go to our innocent window.
Yeah, I mean, just look up at the scoreboard and then it probably gives you indication if we're going for an early center inspect. Instead, we will go for a relatively early side inspect, so that's nice to see. And Legorve very focused over here on the left-hand side. We do pick up the inspect, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised, actually, because... Well, it's always a question of do you play risky or not, and do you think your opponent is going to think this is an AI? Because center inspects could work, but it's always a risk. We do go for the briefcase, though, with fingerprint off.
Yeah, you love to see that. Meanwhile, we have some more AIs picking up statues. Side statues here for Irish as we go to bookcase. Rav is wasting a lot of time. I mean, we went for the briefcase, fine. Then we go to the books, and we are being very clear about the fact that we're not doing mission progress. We take this book away, even.
Are we going to transfer?
I mean, if I'm Rav here, I'm just thinking I want to go for a bug, because that's been working for me in the other games, and nothing else really has.
We had a redirect here, outside again. I mean, we're just burning time here.
We really are. Now we have time to burn. Irish picks up a low light. That's good for Legorve. Not so good for Rav, though.
Are we going to the back to bookcase? Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Legorve
if we
does
want to
not
do
get
3
it.
cycles. It's going to be a long time to do those 3 cycles if you want to do them, so we do not. We just put the book back.
At some point, we're going to have to get some flirt progress. Rav will start by finishing inspects, which is all well and good, but you were down to a minute with 0 flirt.
I mean, you can hope for the 2 greens, right? Especially as Rav.
You can. We're going to take this bug? No, we're going to go for the briefcase, but this could be a briefcase into bug. The setup's not perfect for it, but we've seen Rav pull these kinds of tricks before. It's not possible this time. No chance. Yeah, and Rav doesn't try to take it. So we go into conversation with the suction target, but we're not close. We're requesting a drink. It could all be coming down to this. Here comes the offer, And it's a purloin. It's a green. 30 seconds left. Here's the contact. We don't need the flirt. And the question is, does Legorve have the inspects? There's the fade. And the shot comes off on the ST.
There's our 8. Oh my god. Wow.
I'm so surprised that General's the only one that takes that shot. And that there's no suspicion whatsoever, it seems, onto us. And if the inspects are missed, then that could be the case, because we do not pick up the highlight after we complete them. But very rough stuff for Legorve. You hate to see it. And Legorve has just been showing so many civ shots, a extremely strong spy, but a sniper that's just not able to hang. And now Rav is 1 game away from punching his ticket into the SMC bracket. Legorve needs to sweep Redwoods against Rav in order to stay alive in this tournament.
Well, that's just 1 game. 1 game to win for Rav, and that's it.
All right.
Starting on the sniper side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Legorve on the spy side playing as Orange Sari. Let's start our final venue of this match in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Time ad? Double time ad? Triple? No, double time ad.
Double time ad on Redwoods. Very good way to start if you spawn. And look at this. We've time added twice, but we're still playing very aggressively. We pick up a very early highlight. We're going to pick up a book, a pair of inspects. Surely we don't microfilm here. We must have felt that highlight.
Or you want to play it really risky and microfilm, even though 1 game is at the end. But no, we don't. We do have a huge amount of time now as well, so we can definitely use that. Going back outside for the exact same position in Windows, actually.
Just over 4 minutes on the clock as we head into Windows next to our seduction target. We do pick up the green flirt just before she leaves. So well done there. But I feel like a lot of attention's being paid to us by Rav, and that doesn't make me feel good for Legorve, who absolutely needs this spy win. We will finish off with a 2 flirt from Legorve as we go into Blue Books. This is our 2nd bookcase visit, by the way. Really showing a lot of respect to Rav. Rav hopefully being confident that we don't have those transfers. But 3.5 minutes coming up on the clock, and we have a lot of progress, actually.
Yeah. Not too surprising with the Legorve, actually, but we have a lot of progress compared to the clock remaining. We're joining a empty conversation for us.
Yeah, Legorve, after that initial flurry, playing it slowly, but we have the time.
For sure, 3 minutes left. Contact, inspect, and a 4th mission.
Well,
There's our inspect. That was not a great path, but if it's not seen, there's our fingerprint actually as well.
Fingerprints against Rob always feels very dangerous, but you do need to do something, and time ad is not a mission, unfortunately, so... We've been low-lit! No!
Oh my god!
No! No!
Like, I'm thinking 2 possibilities. Either Rav is playing with us, or... Goodness, this game. Or brought back up to highlight. Like, okay, now we're going to statues.
Oh, safety off. Rob just needs to take this shot to win the match. We missed the print.
Fingerprint.
I feel like we're so dead.
We're dead with the contact anyway.
We're so dead here. How does Legorve finish? No, Legorve knows he's shown 3 prints now. The briefcase was clean. The statue was difficult and we missed it. I mean, we could go for a 4th one, but look at all this attention being paid by Rav, rotating around to see us. Rav toying with us. Rav punching his ticket into the bracket with a shot onto Sari in the next 90 seconds. That's all he needs. But Legorve still with time to play. I feel like it's all over at this point. The statue goes down. The low light did not stick.
I mean, what are we gonna do here? Bug and hope the ambassador puts their briefcase down?
The thing is, I feel like Rav is not watching anyone else. Here comes the contact. It will be white. And will this be the shot that promotes
Banana
Rav
red.
into the bracket? The contact has come. The shot comes off. Rav wins the game and guarantees his position as second in group and a slot in the SpyParty Masters Championship bracket.
Wow, that's it. Just Rav wins it and gets second place. Amazing.
Rav wins it, gets second place. Now, we still have one more game to play. There is still third place in groups to consider. Cash prize as well. And it will be Legorve on the on the sniper, Rav on the spy side of this absolutely epic match. Rav playing as Disney in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Here we are into a last game. That does not matter in terms of positions for first and second place, but you can still have a bit of fun. 51% on the flirt. And a relatively standard start by Rav.
Yeah, this is more or less what we could expect. Coming up on 3 minutes on the clock. And Rob not doing much. We're in conversation with the double agent, and the conversations are actually not terrible for Redwoods. But we do have some folks at bar, we have some folks at statues, so I suspect Rob will wait on this contact at least a little bit.
We're gonna have to find as usual, a third and a fourth mission. Always the question here. Flirt has expired, so here's our 100% seduce. Rav just showing he can get all those greens if he wants them. And we're leaving conversation for a statue.
A little bit of an exhibition match here from Rav, but still playing for the win. We actually pick up a red inspect, but it's fine because we can only inspect one statue anyways, so not a big deal. Legorve paying some attention to Ambassador over on the right-hand side. Very vulnerable position, actually. The shot comes off onto Queen at bar. Legorve decides not going to try to find the spy any longer, takes the best shot. It is not the win, and that means that Rav has won this set 10-6 on the back of going up 7-1 after halftime.
Well, our predictions were right, just maybe not in the way we were expecting. Wow, that was one set for sure.
I don't know that we've ever seen a more crushing comeback from a player after that 3-5 at halftime. But, I mean, fantastic play and fantastic showing from both players, especially from both spies. I think, you know, the spy play that we saw has just been a fantastic thing to watch. And we will see more of it from Rav in the semifinals, which will be happening in the next week.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Legorve will still try and get that third place when he's playing against Lev T in just a while. And yeah, that's Rav and Nebula out of that group.
All right, well, congratulations to Rav. Very, very good games to both players, no doubt about it. And this is not the last cast of the day. We will be back here in, what is that, about 4 hours from now. 4 hours from now, 2:15 Pacific. If you're in some other time zone, there's a timestamp in the Discord with a live match between Opie Wrights and Sauerkraut, which will determine who gets out of groups in the upper group as well. So make sure not to miss it. Come and check it out. Again, right here back on this channel, just about 4 hours, a little bit less. We'll see you then. But until then, Gabriel, thank you so much for casting with me.
Thank you for having me. That was, oh my god, that was one set for sure.
And of course, huge thanks to the players, all the SMC participants, and everyone for watching. We'll see you back here in just